Hi, I'm Ryan Turley, and welcome to my reflective analysis for Semester 2 in Foundations. This assignment is going to give you some insight of my initial vision of teaching and learning and how it's been altered since my time here at the Faculty of Ed. I think my vision of teaching and learning takes a student-centered approach where I use effective questioning as a way of teaching and learning. But I solely believe my vision of teaching and learning is built on the foundation of being a good role model and person first. Without this in place, very little effective learning will ever take place in your classroom. These thoughts were initially reflected in my first week in September, where I stated the purpose of teaching was not only to teach education, but also life skills that are necessary for success. I want to be an influential teacher that can change the lives of students without even acknowledging it. Moving ahead to week 2, I talk more about being a role model for my students and how teachers are some of the most important, if not the most important figures for students other than their parents throughout their whole educational careers. And we do so much for our students without even realizing it. I also talk about taking a student-centered approach, which was a new term for me and has really altered my teaching practices. This was something I wasn't familiar with, and it's great to learn about it as it's a way to get the most out of your students. Week 4 is when I was introduced to effective questioning strategies and techniques, which was very valuable for me in my learning and my placements, as I found I wasn't giving enough wait time and I wasn't giving enough prompts or cues for students in need of them. Week 7 is where effective questioning was stressed again, and I just stated I think with experience, effective questioning becomes more natural and fluent, which is true, and also that it's also good to hear from your peers, and as sometimes seeing someone else's perspective open up your mind and thoughts on effective questioning as well. Moving on to week 1 of semester 2, I was asked about the role of education in society, and I stated that education prepares you for life, and there's lessons learned in school that help frame people into what they are today. That gets back to my role model theme, as the education system can help prepare a young persons for life other than just preparing their education. I want to be a teacher that students remember, and being a good role model will help ensure that happens. In week 5 of semester 2, I was asked about how my teaching learning is different from September to now, and I stated I don't believe my teaching values or beliefs have changed too drastically, but I've been exposed to such a vast amount of resources and tools that have made me a better teacher overall. And I think this is completely true, as my thoughts of teaching have not changed, but I've just learned so many new techniques, strategies to take in the classroom that have made me a more effective teacher. I look forward to learning more and more as I go, but I think with years of experience, teaching, you always are learning and teaching. And if you believe that you know everything about teaching, that's when you become an ineffective teacher. I look forward to continuously learning and evolving into the best teacher I can be.